Now let's look at the relative way of inputting points based on the Cartesian coordinate system. So we studied a little bit about absolute, meaning you give it an x and a y direction based on where the origin 0, 0 is. We discussed a little bit about relative, where it depends on where the previous point is located and you only travel the x and y distance that's from that point. Well, relative is going to be similar to that, meaning that we're always going to come off of that previous point. So when I first start a line, it's the first thing I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to have to find a point, and typically that point's going to be in absolute values. So I can go ahead and type in 2, 2, hit enter. That's my starting point. So there was no previous point to go off of, so I couldn't have used relative, and now I'm going to work in polar. So your dynamic input is already in polar. It feeds in polar the majority of the time. Again, AutoCAD has already identified what becomes the fastest method of inputting values, and polar is usually number one. A lot of lines are horizontal and vertical, or you know the angle and you know the length of the line. So it's so much faster to draw in relative sometimes than it is, in polar than it is in relative. So polar basically says that you know the distance, you know the length of whatever it is you're creating, and you know it based on this system of angle. So the angle in AutoCAD, as you can see on my screen currently, X is always the 0-degree angle. And when I move my cursor up towards the Y, that's moving in a counterclockwise direction to 90. So my polar becomes those angles, and then you just put in your distance. So if I know that that line needs to be at a 0-degree angle, I want to make sure I'm on that angle. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned that the 0-degree angle may or may not be exactly at 0. There are tools, just like Grid and Snap, to make things more accurate. So we're going to go back down to the status bar real quick, and we're going to go over to where this is called ortho mode. And it says it's going to restrict your cursor orthogonally. Orthogonally just basically means horizontal or vertical. So if I know that I only have right angles in my drawing, then I'm going to turn that on. Now when I move my cursor, I am at 0, and you will see that it gives me an extra tooltip there that says here's the distance you're going, and you're at less than this particular angle. So I know it's locked in. There's no in-between angles. That's all I can do. Now we will look at later on setting incremental angles. So we can set them at 30s and 45s, very common angles. But for this application, we're just going to go with using our dynamic input with ortho turned on and set up a polar. But that's how polar is read. So let's just say I'm going to go 10. I'm already at 0-degree angle. I hit enter. Since my ortho is on, let's do a 30-degree angle. I can still leave the ortho on and accomplish this. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to type in Shift and 2. That's going to give me an @ symbol. Then I'm going to put in my distance. So let's just say my line should be 6 inches long. And you'll notice, since I'm already in that format with ortho, the less than and the angle is showing up in that second box. It's not showing up X and Y anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and shift to that next box by doing the less than symbol. Puts me into the box. Now I give it the angle. So if I'm going to go 30 degrees, am I going positive 30 degrees, or am I going back to the left 30 degrees? So you just have to know how to be able to calculate angles. So if I went back to the left at a 30-degree angle from 0, I am basically going 180 minus 30, or 150 degrees. So that's some things that you'll want to practice on your own to make sure you understand how to manipulate angles. So if your line is going to the left, that's 180 degrees. So if I'm 30 degrees off of that, how do you calculate that? So if I want to go at a 45 degrees, let's just say I'm doing a positive 45. So I'm going to go at, this time I'll go 3 less than 45. So that gives me my 45-degree angle. But again, my ortho is still turned on. So at any point in time, my cursor is always locking in vertical and horizontal. So if I need to go an inch vertically, I just type in 1 and enter, and automatically will do that. So that's essentially how the polar coordinates work when you're creating a drawing. And even though I was trying to teach you the polar input values, you see where you can go back and forth. You are never stuck with just using dynamic, absolute, relative, or polar. At some point, there's a combination of almost all of those in your drawings. You just need to determine what's the fastest to get from that point to that point. Sometimes it may have to be an absolute, but in most cases, you can get there pretty quickly with the relative and the polar options.